It all started one dark and chilly night when I was walking home from my buddy's place. The streetlights were flickering, casting eerie shadows, and the wind whistled in a way that made my skin crawl. As I strolled along, I noticed this strange feeling, like someone was watching me from the shadows. Every time I turned round, no one was there. But that eerie sensation just wouldn't leave me be. I tried to shake it off, thinking it was all in my head, but something told me it wasn't. Then, one evening, I heard some gossip about young girls going missing in the area.
Some say she was last seen near an abandoned mansion, but no one dares to venture there now.
They say she vanished without a trace, like a ghost haunting whispering streets.
It sent a shiver down my spine, and I decided to dig a bit deeper. There was nothing in the newspapers or on TV, but I heard whispers that people didn't want to talk about. You know, the kind that gives you goosebumps. Well, I heard about this fella they called the Healer. Some folks thought he had something to do with it, but nobody dared to confront him. Curiosity got the better of me, and I decided to take matters into my own hands. I somehow got hold of his contact and called him in for a little investigation. When the Healer showed up, he had this cold, mysterious aura about him. He seemed to know something we didn't, but he played it off like he was just another concerned citizen. He asked us questions about the missing girls, and we spilled what little we knew. As days went by, the missing girls list grew longer, and fear settled deep in our bones. Then, one night, I received a strange call from an unknown number. The voice on the other end was raspy, almost inhuman. It warned me to stay away from the Healer, claiming that he was the one behind it all. I dismissed it as a prank, but I couldn't shake that eerie feeling. The next morning, the news spread like wildfire. The Healer was found dead in his own home, murdered in a way too gruesome to describe. I knew right then that this was far from a simple case of missing girls. There was something much darker going on. As I continued my amateur investigation, I stumbled upon a hidden diary left behind by the Healer. It revealed a sinister truth. These young girls were victims of a secret cult that used dark rituals to gain power and wealth. They believed sacrificing innocent souls would grant them eternal life and unimaginable riches. Terrified, I tried to reach out to the police, but every time I did, strange things happened. My phone lines went dead, and ominous figures lurked in the shadows. I was being watched, and I knew it. They didn't want the truth to come out. I decided to take one last chance and meet a detective friend to share my findings. As I walked to our meeting spot, the sense of dread intensified. But I had to do it for the poor girls who lost their lives in this horrific nightmare. The moment I reached the spot, I saw him, a young girl, barely a teenager, standing there, staring at me with hollow eyes. I knew she was one of the victims. Before I could say a word, she vanished into thin air. My heart pounded in my chest as I realized the horrifying truth. These spirits were trapped between worlds, seeking justice for their untimely deaths. I met my detective friend and shared everything with him. But even as we spoke, a chill ran down my spine. I could feel those dark forces close in on us. We vowed to bring down this evil cult, but little did we know, we were walking straight into the lion's den. It's been weeks since that meeting, and the sense of dread just won't leave me. I'm haunted by the innocent faces of those poor girls, and the knowledge that this evil still lurks in the shadows, ready to strike again. I share this story hoping that it reaches someone brave enough to take on the darkness that plagues whispering streets. But be warned, my friends, evil never rests, and once you get tangled in its web, there's no escaping the horror that unfolds.